You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're certainly staring down the barrel of an end of an era. I've been very vocal in the past about my two favorite NBA players of all time being Charles Barkley and Larry Bird. And Charles Barkley, of course, has been one of the best sports, I guess you would call him co-host, at least of a breakdown show, of a pre-game show, of a post-game show in the history of sports inside the NBA. Now, recently, the NBA decided they would take a television deal from NBC. Now, for me, and myself and John Matrix, we grew up on the NBA on NBC, so it's kind of exciting that they're going back. But one thing we both agreed, we were crossing their fingers that inside the NBA would end up going to NBC. Well, I don't guess it's going to matter because we've got the end of an era, because last night, one of the GOATs, and some said the most sought-after free agent potential commentator on the market, was going to be Charles Barkley. It's not going to matter. Charles last night decided to come out and announce his retirement. And it's going to be a hell of a sad day. He did it on NBA TV. And after the Mavericks defeated the Celtics last night to stay alive. So let's take a look at this.
I've been thinking, guys, I want to say this because you guys are my family. I really love TNT, all the people who work here, NBA television. You guys have been great to me for 24 years. And I just want to say thank you to my entire NBA family. I love you guys. You know, there's been a lot of noise around our network the last few months. And I just want to say, I've talked to all the other networks, but I ain't going nowhere other than TNT. But I have made the decision myself, no matter what happens, next year is going to be my last year on television. And I just want to say thank you to my NBA family. You guys have been great to me. My heart is full with joy and gratitude. But I'm going to pass the baton at the end of next year. I hope the NBA stays with TNT. But for me personally, I wanted you guys to hear from me because I'm not doing any more interviews. Don't y'all be calling me. Nobody calling me. I'm not talking about this again, but I want to tell my NBA and NBA TV and TNT family that I'm not going to another network, but I'm going to pass the baton to either Jamal Crawford or Vince Carter or you, Steve. But next year, I'm going to just retire after 25 years, and I just want to say thank you, and I wanted y'all to hear from me first.
Okay, so he just come out and said he's done. He wants to work. He wanted to work for TNT exclusively, and he decided that's a wrap. I'm not going anywhere else. There's no doubt it is absolutely one of the best shows on sports with Ernie Johnson and Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. And I could not see him with a different group of guys. I know that much, so I don't know who's going to end up replacing him. He did talk about some names there. And, man, I know a lot of people are bent out of shape. A lot of NBA fans, sports fans reacted to this. Regardless of whether you agreed with Charles Barkley or not on a lot of issues, there's one thing I do believe. Charles was always honest. It's, like I said, sometimes I didn't always agree with what Charles had to say. But there were a lot of takes that I did agree with him on. So, let's get a little reaction from fans. What happened to the game that I love? Yeah. End of an era, no doubt. I mean, Shaq and Charles, two of the best on TV. TNT ruined everything, bruh. Yeah, man, the end of an era. Yeah, a lot of people broken up about this. No doubt. TNT really ruined everything, man. All of this is an effing joke. The end of an era. There's the guys right there. This person says, what an awful decision by the NBA to go to NBC, ruining the sport. Well, I mean, again, for guys like me and John, we grew up with the NBA on NBC, and it was a fixture in our house on Sunday afternoons growing up with a doubleheader. So for us, we're a little bit excited about them going over there, but I was hoping that NBC would keep this group together and bring them along, and it sucks that they're not going to do that. And Charles made it very clear he didn't want to go to any other networks. He said he talked to them. Like this, if you will miss Charles, yes, going to miss him. Seriously. This guy believes it's a false retirement. Some people are bringing up the idea that Charles may change his mind. That's actually sad, to be honest. We're going to miss you, Charles. I hate you, Adam Silver. Well, a lot of people hate Adam Silver for a lot of different reasons. We are certainly not big fans of him on this channel, I assure you of that. Wow, TNT ruined lives. The NBA is falling off slowly. A lot of us would tell you the NBA fell off about 4 or 5 years ago. Certainly 2020 was the backbreaker for a lot of us in the NBA. Now the NBA is in danger in 5 years. Look, they landed another huge television contract, and as long as these sports keep hitting those big television contracts, they're not going anywhere. You know, they're just not going to go anywhere. That's what's funding all of it. No, it won't be the same without Chuck. I agree. He has to stay. What is Adam Silver doing, bro? TNT really fumbled, man. And part of it is, look, they're going to go to whoever the highest television bidder is. And many people believe NBC overpaid for what it is they're getting with the NBA product. There's the guy that called in with a suspended license right there. No. Yep. What happened to the game I love? Yeah, Mark Jackson should be calling games right now. No doubt about it. Yeah, again, with the guy that called in. Wow, a lot of no. I'm not going to show this McDonald's commercial, but I did watch it before I hit record. God, it's a good commercial. Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Charles Barkley from 1993. I did meet Charles in 1993 on my senior trip. I've told this story before. Him and Thunder Dan Marley were playing for the Suns. They were in the Western Conference Finals against the Spurs, and they were down there in a Hooters restaurant. Yeah, on the boardwalk in San Antonio, and we all know how Charles feels about San Antonio, but the dude could not have been nicer. He was nice, authentic. Hey, how y'all kids doing? Blah, blah, blah. Senior trip, that's awesome. How about that? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, he was just a down-to-earth cat. I'll never forget it. For years, I had a Phoenix Sun Charles Barkley jersey hanging up in my bedroom, probably from the time I was about 13 years old, 12 years old. And to see Charles go, it's sad. I hope he decides to stay around and do something, anything, where we will continue to get some. I will assume he will still go places and be on shows and do hits because people will be willing to pay him for that, I assure you. Charles Barkley is a walking soundbite, no doubt about it. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.